We're just going to give you a series of very potent, powerful statements. There is no gain worth talking about in pain. There is no gain worth talking about when you're in pain, because the entire time you are in pain, you're holding yourself in the resistant stance that does not allow the receiving of the legacy that you've already carved out. The way we tell the story is 3 steps to the creative process. Step 1 is ask, and life causes you to do that. Step 2 is source doesn't just answer, source becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you've asked for. And step 3 is you got to find some way somehow to come into alignment with what you're asking for. So here's a series of statements. If we were standing in your physical shoes, these would be some of our mantras. I've decided that I'm a good person and that I deserve good things to happen to me. And therefore, I've decided that I'm going to pamper myself as much as possible. I'm going to look for as much fun. I'm going to look for as much fulfillment. I'm going to look for as much ease. I'm going to follow my ease. I'm going to follow my bliss. I'm going to follow my flow. I'm going to follow the good feeling. I'm going to let the good times roll. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to hang around with people that are fun to be with. I'm going to look for reasons to feel good. I'm going to keep a diary of good feeling things. I'm going to call it my book of positive aspects. I'm going to get a box. I'm going to call it my creation box. I'm going to throw all kinds of good stuff in it, and I'm going to proclaim it as mine. I'm going to accept the reality of this vibrational reality, and I'm going to go there as often as I can. I'm going to bask. When I find myself basking, I'm going to milk it with everything that I've got. I'm going to look for other people that are doing the same. I'm going to trust that law of attraction is going to cue me up with them. I'm going to feel less responsible to fewer people. I'm not going to let other people make me feel guilty about what I'm doing. I'm not going to take responsibility for where other people are, no matter who they are or how related they think they are to me. I'm going to take no responsibility for how anybody else feels. My marriage vows are going to say, I like you pretty good, let's see how it goes. I like you pretty good, let's see how it goes. I just need to warn you that nothing that you do will have any effect on the way I feel. I'm good, I've got that one down. I'm not going to hold you responsible for how I feel ever. So just please yourself and make yourself happy, because that's what I plan to do. And if they go running and screaming away, afraid, then say, good. Good, this is good, because I am queuing myself up for alignment. I had a death experience when I was 17 that showed me that life is supposed to feel good for me. And I am going to figure out a way to carve that feeling out of every single day of my life experience, because that's who I really am. That's what I came to live. Struggle is off. It's off the beam, and hard is off the beam. When you say, this is hard, I can't figure it out, hear the voice in the back of your head, which is us saying, then do something else. Do anything else. Let the curse lift off of you. Do something else. Break the vibrational chain of pain. Change your mind. Change the subject. Change the conversation. Change the person you're talking to. Change the thought. Change the image. Change your clothes. Change something. Do anything you can think of that's different than what you're doing until the vibration shifts. Just being in love. Just taking it in, feeling it and not needing to talk about it. Feeling it and not needing to convince somebody else. It's the ultimate allowing. To allow the full alignment, and therefore the utter knowledge. When you know, then because it's like what we were talking about earlier, what mostly people are talking about is what they want to know. When you know, haven't you ever just been wrapped in the arms of someone and them with you, and as you look to each other, you just know. You don't need a gift or a word or an explanation or a symbol or a gesture you just know. That's pure alignment. Alignment with source. So we're not trying to talk you out of your physicality. We're just trying to get back to the basics from which you can then build a better feeling life experience. When you go to the vortex, you're not going to be in the vortex and then be void of all of those things. You're going to be in the vortex and a magnetic attractor of the most dynamic avalanche of conditions and opportunities and conversations and interactions that you've ever experienced. But it will be like plucking the ripest of the fruit instead of back there planting the seeds. That's the thing, that's what this awakening is all about. You and the generations that have gone before you have filled this vortex with a veritable fortune that is ripe for the plucking. But in your defending of your right to be, and in your wanting to justify the value of your existence, most of you don't even come close to the fullness of receiving it, you see. So that words like love are just words. It isn't this knowing. In your physical environment, you interpret your world through physical senses, which are every one of them vibrational interpreters. And we know it is satisfying to interpret into what you see. We know it is. What you see and smell and hear and taste and touch is vibrational interpretation. But what you know, that in the vortex, alignment with source energy, that's those levels of emotions that you want to go to, that we don't want you to need words for. Because we don't want it to be important to you that one other person ever understand it. We want it only to matter to you that you and the source within you are communicating it.